Have you ever heard that if you're interested in science, then you have to check your faith at the door? Or if you care about human rights, then you need to step outside of the traditional church because the church doesn't care about people or the environment or science? If you've been taught any of these things, you may be believing a myth that just actually has no correspondence to reality. I remember as a kid, I was taught that Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492, only to discover that the world was actually round because the church and everybody during his day taught that the earth was flat. You know what? That's not true at all. In fact, everybody in Christopher Columbus's day believed that the earth was round. In fact, they believed that it was round in the 3rd century BC. Now, where did this idea come from that the church has been opposed to progress in Western civilization? We're doing a sermon series called The Clash, Christianity versus Western Civilization. And in this series, we're going to also have a lecture that's going to bring together the truth of what's happened historically so that we can understand some of the myths that pit the church against the good things that are happening in our world. And I believe that you're going to hear things that maybe you've never heard before. The narrative that's out there that the church is all about faith and opposed to everything good in our world, that's just a myth. It's not really true. And so on Sunday morning, we're going to actually take on the topics in a sermon, and we're going to ask the question, what does the Bible actually say about science and scientific discovery? What does it say about slavery? What does it say about the role of women and the place of women in society? And we're actually going to take on the controversial topic of the environment. What does the Bible have to say about the environment? Each of these messages will then be accompanied by a lecture, and the lecture will take place on Wednesday nights. In that lecture, we will explore the historical sociological background of some of these myths, and we'll actually take a look at what happened to help you understand how the church has actually fostered the good quality things that are happening in our world today, including scientific discovery. That lecture will allow you to be able to text in your questions. It'll give you some interactive opportunity. So here's what I'm proposing to you. Consider taking the month of April to make and prioritize both Sunday morning and this lecture series. It will change your life. It's targeted at all different kinds of people. So if you're a high school student, college student, young adult, senior citizen, anybody in between, this is for you. It's also designed to give you an opportunity to bring your unchurched friends that maybe they've embraced some of these myths and they don't really understand that there is a different narrative, and that narrative actually corresponds to truth. So bring them along. It will be a lively discussion for you and give you an opportunity to show them the thoughtful nature of Christianity and how we are for the good things that God is doing in our world today. In addition to that, you may want to bring along your small group or your D group. Use that time to come together on Wednesday night, listen for an hour, and then go talk, drink a cup of coffee, share some time together. So really want you to get this word out, get it out to your friends, get it out to your small groups, get it out to your D groups, because this will be a historic event. And I got to tell you, I'm so excited for you to be part of this. So we look forward to seeing you at the Clash.